What it do, everybody? It's your fucking boy Edgar here. My hair's looking like shit because I need a haircut, but we still gonna roll the camera anyways. You know why? Because my hair isn't as bad as 2018 was for movies. But anyways, you already know why you're here. You already know I'm here. You can see by the title below. I'm gonna talk about every fucking movie I saw in 2018. Now it's 10 movies per video, and I saw over 100 movies, so we're gonna be here a long time, baby. So if you notice, look change, hair, wardrobe, anything like that, it's because this is filmed in different days, and this is my first day of filming. Cause we're gonna get to the shit, deep in the shit. Let's fucking go, baby. Fuck it. I fucking hate 2018.
Liar, liar, you're a fucking liar. Didn't wanna.
Hey, hey, what's poppin', y'all? Yeah, let's get into it. The absolute worst movie I saw was Holmes and Watson, a very late contender into this shit race. But hey, maybe that's why they never did press screenings. Maybe because I don't know, they didn't want the world to know this is literally, undeniably the worst movie of the year. I fucking dropped my camera, god damn it. Now, had I known Holmes and Watson would be as bad as it actually was, I probably wouldn't seen it. But by the grace of God and all that is destiny and everything has a reason for happening, I sat in the theater. I had a miserable time, but then halfway through I decided to start writing my review for it on my blog. Check it out, flickitall.wordpress.com. And I just, if you like pathetic attempts at humor, you like gross out comedy, you like selfie jokes and like really weird modern jokes in historical settings, like when he says, "Oh, pay to see the fight. We'll call it pay for view." Get it? Because pay-per-view didn't exist back then. It's funny. It's fucking funny. Oh, shit. My bad, y'all. I just realized that was overexposed as hell. Might be now for all I know. I don't know. I'm using Pro Movie Recorder on my iPhone. I don't fucking know how this shit works. I'm in film school to learn this all, for fuck's sake. But anyways, yeah, Holmes and Watson can literally go fucking die, burn in hell. It's the worst movie I've seen all year, possibly ever. It's terrible, pathetic. Ethan Cohen should be ashamed for being in the industry. The industry should be ashamed for letting people like him even have a chance at making movies. Yeah, fuck this movie. I wish I could be more emotional and angry about it, but it's just a fucking movie. It's not really worth it. Like, it's just a waste of time.
I've been overlooked, stepped on, left for dead.
Well, fuck me. I guess I'm learning as I go along with all the exposure and ISO and shit. But anyways, the next movie, I'm not sure if it's fair to talk about. There'll be a couple instances like this where, is it fair to talk about a movie you haven't finished? In my defense, what I ultimately did to justify putting movies like this I didn't even finish is, if it's so bad that you couldn't even get me to sit through it for free, I think that says a lot about it. I mean, there's bad movies on my list at least I was able to sit through, but man, this movie, fuck me. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about Hurricane Heist, the smash hit movie that came out, I couldn't tell you when. But all I know is at the movie theater I worked at, when I sold tickets for it, I think we only sold like less than 20 a day for every showing. So that's that. I mean, I don't know if anyone even knows or remembers this movie exists. So, is it worth talking about much? No. Did I see enough to even talk about it? No. All I know is that from the beginning, it's just exposition and just throwing things at us for people we don't know or care about, and everybody talks the same way. It's a cardinal sin in writing, where if you write with your own voice, on every character so that every character just sounds like you projecting yourself onto multiple different people. That's a terrible script. And that's essentially what this was. Everybody tried being a wise ass, smart, cracking jokes left and right, thinking they're so funny, like Nathan Drake. I just didn't want to sit through that. I didn't even get to the hurricane or the heists. But I mean, if I couldn't get through 20 minutes of it, why should you even bother trying, you know? So, fuck this movie. Next!
What up, my nigga? What up, my nigga? Big ups, my nigga. We are my nigga.
And now we have another problem I came across where it's like, is it even fair to put this on the list? You see, TV movies and direct-to-DVD movies were so easy to point out back then because there wasn't streaming services, so you knew where you got the movie from. This movie, there's a little bit of backstory. So, at the time, my girlfriend and I went to visit her, and it was our first day there, and we had nothing to do, so we just do a Netflix marathon. You know, it's real nice. We're all bundled up watching Kung Fu Panda, and then I'm scrolling down Netflix, and I find a movie called Aliens Ate My Homework. Now, the reason I clicked on such a fucking nothing movie is because it said William Shatner was it, and I'm like, either this means there must be some credibility to it, or his career has gone so low that he is now in the lowest tier of trash, and I just had to see it unfold for myself, and sure enough, we put it on, and it's fucking garbage. And it's really bad. I don't remember much. That was back in March I saw it, but after all the movies that have come out since March, this still remained to be one of the fucking worst I've seen all year, even after everything. And yeah, so that's why I don't remember it, but I just know for a fact I really hated it. I remember William Shatner maybe had like 6 lines in the movie. It literally looks like I've seen YouTube videos with better production quality than this, for fuck's sake. You could argue this video right here is just me overexposed, not knowing fucking framing and shit because I'm just setting my phone on a napkin holder. This has better production value than that fucking movie did. Oh my god. And that's the thing about movies. They're meant to convey an emotion, make you feel things. I couldn't tell you a damn thing that happened in this movie, but I could just tell you the emotion it left me that really resonated with me. I couldn't tell you why I hate it. I just really fucking do. If you come across it on Netflix, you stay the fuck away, alright? Such a pointless entry. I went on so long for nothing. I really didn't say anything about the movie, but fuck it. Let's move on to the next one then, if that's what you want.
I just wanna fuck you.
You know, it may not be the worst movie of the year, but it may have been the most life-changing experience I've had in a really long time, personally. You know how there's like 2 or 3 times in your life where you have a spiritual enlightenment experience, and it just comes at the most random times? I think mine came when I was sitting in the theater and just pondered over life. Because with all this terribly edited action going on, and then immediately after you get the dialogue scenes, and it's endless amounts of unnecessary amounts of swearing to the point that it becomes so annoying. You don't want to focus on the movie. You just start thinking, and if you read my review of it, it was as a joke where I started reflecting on my life and what self-worth means to me. But what my self-worth meant to me as a teenager does not apply now. As I sat in the theater, I said, in this very moment, my self-worth is walking out of here. I deserve better than this. I was in the Dolby Theater, and there's a family of 4 dudes, like 2 rows behind me. And we were the only ones in this fucking big-ass theater. And I walked out after 20 minutes. Once again, a movie that managed to be so bad that it convinced me to just get the fuck out of there. I fucking hate the movie, but hey, at least I know my self-worth is not watching this pile of shit any longer, you know? That's all I gotta say. Fuck that movie.
I be flossing. I be flossing.
You know what I don't get? Mexicans. Nah. Oh, hold up, Trump America. No, don't get too excited. I'm Mexican, but something I've noticed is that Mexicans love Clint Eastwood just as much as old white people do. It's really fucking weird. Because The Mule recently came out, and as I work in the theater, I see a shitload of old white people come see it. But I also see a shitload of, like, parent Mexican couples come see it. Sometimes they even bring the whole family along. I'm just like, The Mule, fun for the whole family? But speaking of Clint Eastwood, we're not here to talk about The Mule. We're here to talk about his first insult of 2018, 1517 to Paris. Now, my parents, as I said, are Mexican. They're Mexican too. And for some reason, they're also fucking big Clint Eastwood fans. So they rented this one, and I think they liked it. I don't remember. I just remember sitting there with them, and at the very end, they show footage of the heroes getting their medals and stuff or whatever. And he's like, wow, that really looks like the guys in the movie. I'm like, Dad, the guys in the movie were the actual guys from the event. He's like, oh, really? That explains a lot. But indeed it does. The acting is god awful, and the thing is, I can't fault them. They're not actors. They were never meant to be. They just happen to be put in this predicament that Clint Eastwood, the racist pile of bones, decided to make a movie out of, and Lord knows they did their best. You know, I believe most of what was shown in the movie happened. The movie mainly focuses on their friendship, which I just don't care about. It's like a 10-minute event that happened. I think they're heroes. God bless them for what they did, but you can't make a fucking movie out of that unless you just focus on stuff that doesn't matter, aka their friendship. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Like, the event itself, Clint Eastwood chops it up into pieces and sprinkles them throughout the movie at random times. Oh, here's the beginning. Oh, here's the setup. Oh, here's this. Oh, here's the big moment at the climax of the movie. It's like, it was really well recreated, very faithful to what happened, but other than that, besides those 10 minutes, I don't give a shit. It's a really boring movie. For what your criteria is for a good historical movie, yes, it probably is great. But as a movie itself, fuck this movie. That's my rating, baby.
I admit I done made some mistakes, and I have some imperfect ways.
Oh, Stevie. You just seem to be in quite the pickle these days, huh? Yeah, you know, Steve Carell, he's been in a lot of movies. Holy shit. He was in fucking Beautiful Boy, probably some other bullshit. And I don't know, I just feel like he's always in every fucking movie nowadays. And he's in this one, alright. Oh boy, fucking welcome to Marwan. This movie, I'm not sure what it's set out to accomplish. I'm not sure what the message is. I think it's basically just be accepting of people, I think. Because I think the arc is he wears women's shoes and gets beat up for it, but then he claims he didn't wear women's shoes that day. I'm not sure. Nothing's ever clear. Everything's metaphorical, but then spelled out to you, obviously, and it's just... And then there's the mixture of the doll world with the real world, and how there's a doll that represents his addiction, and like he's about to kill himself, but then by saying, no, I'm not gonna let you kill me, doll, that's how he's able to control his addiction, not kill himself, I think. And if that sounded like word vomit, imagine word vomit becoming a movie. That's Welcome to Marwan. This, was quite a miserable experience. It's not funny, it's not heartwarming, and like I said, I only got one message out of it, which is to be accepting of people, which, whatever. A million movies have done it better, so there's no fucking point in this movie. I know it's based on a true story, but it is. I don't care. This movie made the guy seem creepy as fuck. I could not root for this character, man. He's just. Holy shit. If you edited it differently, it could have played out as a Fincher style thriller. I swear to God, it's so creepy. It's maybe supposed to be played off as quirky, but you could get hit in the head all you want. You're still gonna be creepy as fuck for what you're doing in this movie, my guy. Like, yeah, I can't think of anything else to say. Fuck this movie. Easily deserves a 2 out of 10. Fuck this fucking movie. I don't think many people really saw it. Didn't get good reviews, so it's not overhyped. It's not underhyped. I think it's just right where it is. It's gonna be forgotten. Robert Zemeckis, man, L after L after L. Jesus fucking Christ. This man cannot catch a break in Hollywood these days. Fuck this movie.
It was 7 cent, but ever since Trump won, it proved that I could be president.
And yet again, we find ourselves with a movie that I did not quite finish. This one's called Low Life. I found it on Hulu. Apparently it played at a bunch of, small indie horror film festivals. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's good. I saw a girl tweet about it on Twitter. That's how I actually found it. She just tweeted that it was on Hulu. She recommended it. It's one of her favorites of the year. And then I'm like, okay, it's about a Mexican wrestler. Okay, I wonder what it's about. It starts promising enough. Starts pretty dark, with human trafficking and shit. And then you realize that the hero in his mask was used as a family heritage thing. So the dad wore and the grandfather wore to protect innocent people, but then he's involved in the trafficking. He's a piece of shit, but he wears the mask. And it's oh, that's dumb. I mean, it's probably going to be an arc by the end where he becomes good, but as I was watching the movie, nothing really happened. He just became more and more of a piece of shit. And doing it right, there's nothing wrong with having a villain's journey, but I just didn't care. It's just this guy being a piece of shit. That's what the movie is. Guy is a piece of shit, the movie. It's not fun. It's not entertaining. He's not charismatic. He doesn't really say much. All he does goes, ah! And then it cuts to the sound of a high-pitched and then the shot just cuts to him seeming like he blacked out. So we never get to see any of the action. There's literally nothing redeeming about this movie except maybe the beginning. And then, okay, fine, at least the first half hour, because you're not sure where the movie's going. You're learning. The movie's teaching you what it is. And once you're taught everything of what it is, it's I don't want to watch this anymore. It's maybe it just wasn't for me. This is a fuck this movie for me, but it's on Hulu. It wasn't insultingly bad. So, check it out maybe? What do you have to lose if you have Hulu? Fuck it. Fuck this movie? I don't know. I hated it, but it's no skin off my ass. Fuck this movie.
Baby, lay on back and relax. Kick your pretty feet up on my dash.
There's room in this world for movies that are so bad they're good. And this one borderlines on that. For a lot of people, I feel like it did reach that. That's why it was pretty popular, but I hated this movie so much, but I saw it at an employee screening before it came out, and it was just 6 close coworkers of mine and I just watching it. I simultaneously had the worst time of my life. Yeah, I was having a lot of fun, just, making fun of the fucking movie like you do with bad movies. But, like I said, this one, it's bad enough. You can still make fun of it and find some entertainment. But it's so bad that it's not bad good. It's just bad. It's a miserable experience for the most part. I'm talking about The Meg, the actually unironically smash hit starring Jason Statham. I wrote a paper last quarter about the 21st century cinema is comprised of three things: China, PG-13, and the counterculture to softening Hollywood. And yeah, this movie, I wrote about it because holy shit, this is a co-production with China. As Chinese stars and I guess American stars. Ruby Rose, I guess, is the name, but Jason Statham is the one true big name. And it's like takes place in China. It puts China in positive light. Nobody dies on the beach from the shark, but most of the main cast does. And the movie just embodies modern cinema for me. It's stupid, loud, way too expensive yet it looks like shit. It's just so Chinese, like Jesus Christ. It's a miserable time. It's not even like a good shark movie. Like, not that many people die. The action gets so ridiculous at times. It doesn't play out like a horror movie or anything like Jaws would be. It plays more like a Laurel and Hardy movie at times with a fucking shark and Jason Statham. But I really don't know what to say. I laughed really hard every time the black dude came on because he looks like What's Poppin' Jimbo, aka Bill Ratchet's Twitter Avi. But other than that, no. It's just so bad. Fuck this movie.
Bitch, I'm Bella Thorne. Bitch, I'm Bella Thorne.
Roommate left a bowl of salad here in between takes. Actually, a lot happened in between takes. I played Black Ops, messaged some girls, but then I realized, you know what? I want to keep talking about movies I hate. You know, that's what I'm going to do with my college youthful days. So, let's continue. So, next movie is Nobody's Fool. Now, Tyler Perry movies are a miss or miss. You know, sometimes they miss very hard. Acrimony came out this year. I didn't bother to see that. I don't think anyone did. Look at those box office numbers. But this one I feel like didn't last in theaters at all. I don't know anyone that saw it. I can tell you how long it lasted in other theaters. At River East, I think it lasted for like just the bare minimum of 2 weeks. And that fucking movie theater has plenty of theaters to spare, so the fact that they got rid of that is fucking says a lot. But when I went, it was almost sold out. It was a 10:30 p.m. showing, and I'm just gonna say there was a fuckload of middle-aged black people, okay? That's who these movies appeal to. I'm just being honest to God. Like, that is the demographic, okay? That's the spec. That's the way it is. And what was fascinating to me is that nobody was really laughing that much for what's supposed to be a comedy. At least in the first half, it's a comedy. Then, that's the thing about it. It just takes this huge tonal shift where the advertising makes it seem like it's this funny ass movie that's about like Tiffany Haddish being catfished, but that's not even what the movie's about at all. It's just about the actual main girl and just the relationship between her and this dude who runs a coffee shop. But he was a criminal back then. I can't be with him. I can't be with the man who's not perfect. I need a perfect man without a past. And that's essentially what the movie becomes after the whole catfishing issue gets resolved with a pretty wasted cameo, I'd say. Then after that, it just becomes this terrible soap opera. And there's one scene in particular where there's a love scene, but it is It is one of the most fiery and passionate love scenes I've ever seen in a PG-13 movie, and the audience was they were living it up, laughing their asses off. The guy next to me was like, "Oh Lord, look at him go!" Because the positions and the intensity just kept going up. It was like a soft core porn, borderline hardcore. And everyone was just laughing their ass like, "Oh, he really going at it." He's going at it. I'm like, "Yeah, he is." I don't know. I just covered my eyes because I'm like the youngest one in there. But yeah, other than that, then it just gets progressively worse. The main character is an absolute piece of shit that we're supposed to be cheering on for some reason. It's once again has the low life problem. But the reason this ranks a little bit higher than the others I've talked about so far is because at least it is hilarious once every 15 minutes maybe. I can't remember the laugh ratio for this one. But it can't completely discredit it. Some of the writing's pretty fucking hilarious, but other than that, yeah, it's a terrible time. I'd recommend this on Netflix at most. Not a Redbox. Not a Redbox. Don't waste your money. Just watch on Netflix if it comes out. And yeah. Fuck this movie. So, since I took breaks, I forgot to check the exposure. And my last entry looks like shit. I apologize for that, but I hope I fixed it this time. I can't remember what fucking settings I had it on way before when I was on my roll. But now we're finally getting into it's actually a TV movie. It came on Freeform. It's fucking Life Size 2. From the moment it begins, you just know that this is a movie where they approach it saying, okay, so the people who want to see this, or are going to see this, are the people that grew up with the original Life Size. So it makes sense to have it be more mature, but the way they approach is just so fucking stupid. It's just like, you have a overly gay character that kind of brings it back to like stereotypes that were prominent in 90s comedies. And you have this unlikable piece of shit main character. Once again, you see that if you have a bad protagonist, you will end up very low on my list. Because what the fuck? A main character is the vessel that carries the audience through the story. And if you don't like this fucking person, then why the fuck should you care about anything else? And yeah, she's unlikable. Tyra Banks is fucking obnoxious. This sequel came way too late, man. She's too old to be doing that dumb shit. And the whole act is just not funny anymore. We saw it once. Like, this is such a cash grab of nostalgia. Like, hey, you wanted Life Size 2 for some reason. There's a very small fan base of Life Size that asked for this, and they delivered, and now you got your fucking movie. I hope you're happy with that, assholes. Because now I had to sit through it, and I didn't even finish. Once again, movie I couldn't finish. I ended up watching till, like, apparently she works for, like, where Eve works for an Eve organization, apparently, where it's, like, every Eve doll is assigned to someone, and bullshit like that. And now oh no, Sunnyvale, Dale, whatever, is gonna be gone forever if they discontinue the doll. So it's a very cliched story. I'm assuming that the main character and the doll get close by the end, but I don't give a shit. Fuck this movie. This one's not even worth watching on Hulu, which is where I saw it, or on TV whenever it comes up. Avoid it at all costs. You could probably YouTube the original for free, and that movie's probably at least has some entertainment value, maybe with the nostalgia, but fuck this movie.
I feel like this.